Hi Capricorn, is Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another awesome reading, and we have this beautiful witch here, and her name is Black Wand. Yeah, because she has a black wand, right? And you could be saying you're silly, but very true here. And this is Black Wand's redemption, and this deck is based on on her. It's about a witch who has kind of done wrong in her life, and she is redeeming herself after kind of like major reflection, like this is not how I want to go down here, right? I don't want to and so I want to be good and kind. And she's here, and this is her mission, right? We have the eternal flame, yeah. And I remember that song by the Bangles. They used to sing that song, and it's an '80s group, and they were really great, right? Susanna, I think her name was Hoffman or something, but the eternal flame. And so here is the giant. I'm not sure if it's a kitty, if it's a cat. I think it's a giant cat. And but these are witches, right? Because this is Black Wands in this deck, and they're all witches. And she's dressed, in the cloak and, in kind of the olden days. She's got a lantern here, and it's dusk, right? It's getting dark, and she's at the ocean front here, and she is here with the seagulls, and this is eternal flame, and she is dreaming or thinking about how she has some type of flame that will not die, that will not fizzle. No, she carries a torch for somebody that is everlasting, the eternal flame. And we have the call of longing. So this person is longing for you, Capricorn. Remember, these can be your energies, right? Because it's a general reading. So this could be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And since it is a general reading, it may be for anybody out there that resonates with it, right? Might have a lot of Capricorn placements that you are unaware of. Yeah, that definitely could be. And so we have happiness and pleasure, and the dolphins are here, and they always mean kind of playfulness and happiness. Yes, they do. And yeah, the sun is here, very bright, and we have the pleasure card, and the pleasure card shows the deer kind of waiting here, and we have the steps that lead up to this kind of threshold, and behind it is the crescent moon and these beautiful flowers. It looks like you're stepping into kind of a paradise here, very beautiful. And somebody wants to kind of enjoy you, Capricorn, or enjoy their time with you, and enjoy a relationship with you, definitely, because you are their eternal flame. And this person, maybe they are going through legal issues. We have the gavel, right? And it could be, maybe you are, but it can depend. Maybe somebody's a judge here, right? I'll be the judge of my own destiny for sure. But somebody might be a judge. We have angel and haystack. And the angel is about protection from harm and spiritual guidance, right? That's really what the angel has always been, right? Yeah, my grandmother had angels on, pictures of angels on the wall when I was, a child. And so, I always thought those were kind of cool. I did. And so that's what they were there for, to show you that you are protected. Yeah. And the haystack, you will reap what you have sown. So, that's interesting, right? And, maybe somebody is, with Black Wand's redemption, somebody could be sorry for what they've done. Definitely. And that's what we're not entirely sure of. And somebody maybe is, maybe they're getting a divorce here with the gavel, and kind of, it's possible. But let's see what we have for you guys, Capricorn. And let's see. And we're going to get a couple cards here, and we have the midheaven. The midheaven is about your direction and your reputation. The midheaven can be the work you do in this world, but your social status, but it can be like the legacy you want to leave, reputation, like you want to leave what's important for your life, and how you will be remembered. And so somebody wants to be remembered as kind of loving you, or living out their days with you, possibly, but redeeming themselves in the very least. And now we have the equinox, commitment, integration, and shifts. Yeah, the equinox is always about shifts, right? Shifting. And the summer equinox is around the corner, at least in the northern hemisphere. And we have Eros, right? And Eros is eroticism. Maybe they get that word erotic, right, from it. They probably do. Eros, I believe, is Greek, right? This is desire and sex, and there's a whole story to Eros, I believe, where he was I believe, where he was protecting a woman that he really loved, right? And so, and we also have Capricorn. The second house is about finances and possessions. This is ruled by Taurus, but it's also about your values. What's important to you? And what's important here is that somebody redeems themselves and they live the rest of their life. It really looks like here, that's how deep it is, in happiness after they have changed. Yeah, and we have Earth, pragmatic, grounded, and enduring. Okay, good, because that's really good. So let's see. And Capricorn, if you would like your own psychic reading, you may always get one. They're accurate. I'm a Silva grad. We do a tarot spread at the end, and they're really a lot of fun. So if you don't trust somebody, know somebody well, you just met them, or you need insight on your own perspective about your career, whatever it is in your life, I can help with that. I'm also a Canfield life coach, right? So this all, it all really helps. Yeah, it does. And let's see what we have. And life coaching is spiritual. It definitely is. Let's see what we have here. All right. So in the reading, we have Judgment and the Fool and the Chariot. So we start the reading here, Capricorn. We started with the Chariot, and here is the Olympian, I believe, getting his, with a label here. He gets into his chariot. He's going somewhere, and the Sphinxes are kind of blocking him. He's going to move them or have them move, but this is forward movement. It's interesting how the seven is, the sevens are about reflection and reassessing things, and so, he is basically, in a way, reassessing before he takes off, like for his plans. And that's what somebody has done here, especially with redemption, right? And so the Chariot is the overall energy. The crossing here is the Six of Swords. This is definitely going somewhere, right? And the Six of Swords typically leaves something behind. It's a transition. I'm moving from this energy to the next energy, or I'm moving from possibly this house to this house, right? It can be a physical move. The Chariot can talk about physical movement, and he's in his boat, and although these are swords, it may still be physical movement, but we know that the mental precedes it, right? You don't do anything without a brain. No, you don't. And so it is best when we use our two minds, our conscious mind and our subconscious, right? Yeah, the conscious and the unconscious, right? And so when we use both of those, we are basically geniuses, because you need both, right? And so much of the world is walking around just using kind of, the conscious brain, right? Which just, basically it can really hold you back, because after a while you've been doing things for so long, the same way for so long, that you're not building new networks within your brain. So when you're not doing that, change is really hard. Moving forward, living, creating a new life for yourself is really difficult, because you're kind of stuck with these habits. Yeah, very interesting. So that's what Silva was about, learning to use the subconscious, right? So here we have the Six of Swords, and, he's rowing away. He's helping this woman and her child. And so this is a transition, always denotes an ending of sorts, but it's always with hope. I'm going toward something better, right? And, there can be a sacrifice here with the Six of Swords. And so, this isn't the crossing energy. In order to make movement here in the reading, somebody has to kind of leave something behind here. The Six of Cups sits here, and this may be somebody from your past. It can be just somebody who was like a friend and very special to you. Maybe they're kind of a jokester, playful, young at heart type of person. That could definitely be going on. And Judgment sits in the past. So, Judgment is, it's a wake up call, because she's waking up the dead here. Wake up, right? Wake up, and you're going to be reborn now, because you are conscious of what you're supposed to do. Maybe redeem yourself here. Let's move the camera down. Wake up, though. It's also a decision, right? You always make a decision to wake up, even if it starts with kind of maybe a subconscious kind of, or an indirect, right? Kind of understanding, right? Kind of vague. We could say it's vague, and then you really decide to change, right? And Judgment is about change. It is. It's about rebirth, and awakening, and judging yourself. It can be sometimes, right? And the angel has judged them. So, self-judgment there could be going on here because we have Black Wands redemption. So in the past here, this is also an awakening because she's waking them up. Somebody woke up here, like I've been talking about, using the subconscious, right? Or the unconscious. And so I feel like they're kind of interchangeable. But in any event, we're talking about the intuition and tapping into your soul and really understanding yourself, right? Knowing yourself. Because if you don't, then you're unable to use your intuition the way it was meant to be, right? The Five of Cups sits in the mindset. And, here he is. And there's 4 cups standing and one is spilled. But this is about grieving or regret. There's regret here when we see redemption, okay? But the regret it makes somebody wake up. Like, oh God, I regret doing all that. Oh my goodness, right? Oh no, I'm not doing that anymore. I've awakened, and so, but it leaves 4 cups, so it leaves room for security now and stability, right? And this is in grounding. That's really what that is. The number 4s are about stability and security, but they are about grounding as well, right? You may not have, and you can't, I don't like to use the word can't, but you're not going to have stability without a certain level of groundedness, right? Or being grounded. We have that card here. Where is that card here? Oh, maybe not. Okay, but we have the second house of value, and the second house is ruled by Taurus. It can be about grounding. It can be about self-esteem and the things that sustain you, right? This is earth energy, so it is grounding for sure, Taurus. And so we have the 4 of Swords here, another 4. This is, we have 2 4s. We have the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Wands here. And so when I said the 4 cups are here. But he's dreaming of a new beginning. He's in the church. So this is a spiritual card where he has awakened, right? Doesn't have to be connected to the church. They're showing the spirituality here. Maybe somebody doesn't go to church, right? That's not what this is really about. This may be the case, right? But it is about spirituality. This is kind of like 9th house, Sagittarius energy, so right? Spirituality. We can say Pisces. We can say, we can say Scorpio as well. Cancer is intuitive, but the 9th house is about, sometimes it's about religious or any type of spiritual beliefs. And so here we have him praying, and the windows open, right, to the church, and the butterflies are fluttering in here. This is all about praying for something new, meditating, really hoping that I'm going to have something, there's more than hope here, but something beautiful, a new beginning. And it will be based on either healing or a security, like stability. It's something solid. Here's the 5 of Pentacles. So we have 2 5s here, and 5s are about a difficult change. Yeah, they are. And that makes sense because, back in the day we used to go to kindergarten when we were 5, and it wasn't easy for everybody, right? Not the sensitive souls, little kids, right? It wasn't easy for me, right? And so it's a major change, the number 5, and we have the 5 of Pentacles, and he wants to be let in. He's outside the church. The dog, this is the greyhound, and he turns his head and the light's on in the church, and it's snowing, and he's outside in the snow, the cold snow, and he's wondering, can I come in? This is the concern. So Capricorn, you either want to get back in with somebody or somebody wants in with you. All right? And somebody realizes that they want in because their life is lacking. The 5 of Pentacles is based on lack. Yeah, the 4 of Wands is here. It's a celebration. It sits in the environment. So somebody wants to celebrate with you or offer you marriage. This can be a marriage card. We have the equinox as his commitment and shifts, changes. Yeah. And integration, which we know is like blending, right? Collaborating can be integration, but it's really kind of about, it is. Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups here, and he's covering his eyes, Capricorn. This is a choice that's been made. But here's the guy, and he's in front of the 7 cups that are empty. So he's already made his choice, and he's afraid. He could be afraid when he opens his eyes that they will be empty. because he's definitely kind of stressed out about the choice he made. The seven cups are the various options and the choices. And in this reading, it can also indicate that there was daydreaming here, and we have the call of longing. So longing is daydreaming basically, because she's looking up in the sky and she sees what she wants, and she sees it in the clouds here. She has a vision there, and this is the call of longing. So this choice was made based on a vision. This whole reading is so beautiful because it talks about forward movement. It talks about judgment, where somebody understands themselves very well and what they have done, and that who is their eternal flame here, and that they haven't lost that for somebody. And we have eros, right, which is desire and sex. So this person, Capricorn, maybe you turned them out, right? We don't know that part, right? We weren't there. But yeah, and so this is where this is moving, and this is the midheaven. The midheaven is all about can be about your career, but it's about where you're really going in your life, and kind of like the legacy you want to leave. That's very important. The midheaven, the MC, and and that is in your chart. It will show you where you are headed. Yes, based on the sign that is there, and also the other energies that are there. Right, that is the 10th house. The planets that are in the 10th house there. Really interesting, and really freeing to see that. But here he has his hands covering his eyes, and he's broke, this guy, because he's got patches, right? And patches are here on his elbows, so you know that there was holes there. He's broke, and so he's thinking that when he removes his hands, takes his hands off his eyes, that it's going to be like lack, or he's not going to have what he wants. He's not going to have the thing that he's longing for, the eternal flame. And so there's worry here, basically, right? Yeah, there is. And so the Fool card shows up in the potential outcome. Interesting, we don't have any clarifiers here, but the reading is very clear in itself. The Fool shows up in the potential outcome, and this is, let me go on my way. Let me take a chance. I'm going to have courage. I'm being spontaneous in my life. I can feel the adventure of this, and the wonder and the awe, and I'm going to take a chance here and start all over with the Fool. Yeah, and the dog is saying, come on, let's go. And he's stopping to smell the roses. And this is really important, that we stop and smell the roses in our life, and not, constant, working, and, at the drawing board all the time. Yeah, it's just not right, because we don't know when things are going to end here on planet Earth for us. No, we don't. We're going to end this reading. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. God bless. And yeah, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the little bell so you may receive my notifications.